Oh, hey. Funny seeing you here. You want to join me for a little bit of terraforming? Because I would love to terraform the planet. Inventrix or Credicore. Good options for both. Couple things stand out immediately. A couple of... Only Deimos down is over $20 and worth playing early. Which means I'm going to go Inventrix. Because that gives us a science tag that helps us get to Quantum Extractor. Tectonic Stress Power requires 2 science tags, but we have Restricted Area as well. Sadly, Tectonic Stress Power isn't the one that gives you a science tag to help us. So I kind of like all this. I think Carbonate Processing is worth grabbing because we're hopefully going to have an energy surplus. And honestly, all these other events are good. You know, we got to grab Deimos Down. Deimos Down is a very helpful card to have. Water Imports from Europa and a 2 energy tag Energy Steel. So I have enough to grab both of these. Let's look at the board placements. This is fine. I think I'm going to play my Restricted Area, and I'm going to get the steel back for it. Because we can use that steel immediately on the Tectonic Stress Power. And now... Ooh, Hackers. I normally hate Hackers because you have to give up an energy production for a little bit of money production. The value is really that you've removed income from your opponents. But because we're so early and because I want to do a science-related thing, and look, Inventor's Guild, we'll do it. You know, think about it as oftentimes you'll take minus energy income, or sorry, minus money income to get an energy or income. Like it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So it's weird to spend money to revert it back over. But, you know, a little bit of income is fine. Because the energy income surplus going over into heat takes a while to pay off, so just waiting on it is fine. So these are also interesting. I think mine is the only one that steps out to me and like grabs my attention. Lava Flows is interesting. This is a good ocean card because we can play it even a little bit earlier at -12. So's Farming is very powerful, but we're not there and we don't plan on being there anytime soon. So I'm going to hold off on the ocean despite knowing that oceans can be a problem. We have a water import from Europa, which can make things a little bit easier. Let's draw a card. We have enough to play the 2 cards I want to play. And then do that, get a little bit of steel income, and now we have heat income. So like, you know, we're doing all right. We're not exploding or anything. We're still short 1 science tag to be able to get our sciencey card, and even that card is just, you know, minus cost for some stuff. Now, Lycan's really good. $7 for a plant income is awesome, and we're 1 heat bump away because of Inventrix's ability. Not to mention, we could turn it into food factory money. We could play it if we bought Deep Well Heating. But I also like Lightning Harvest. Like, I like a lot of these cards. How many? We're at 2 science. And I mean, Towing a Comet is also really good, right? Like, a lot of these cards are powerful. I think I'm going to go with this combination. Because I like the TR from the heat bump. I thought I'd have more money left over, to be honest, though, because I still wanted to buy a card. But buying a random card is not as good as buying the card you want for $3. Like, it kind of is good in that, like, you don't have to worry about the random card because you can still sell it for $1, so you don't really lose that much. But I think these are both worth it. Ganymede Colony, mostly just because I have water imports from Europa, and that combination is interesting. Let's buy a card. Oop. Lagrange is nice for us, but we're going to take 2 heat income, which will help us. And then we'll take another heat bump. So next round, we'll have enough to get the heat bump that gives us heat bump from the track. Our income is really only coming from a little bit of steel and a little bit of heat. I mean, we could help it out with Noctis or Mohole. What do we feel about this? Like, water splitting helps you win the game for sure. And we can play it despite no oceans. And we can play it if we get Quantum Extractor. We can get Quantum Extractor if we get Inventors Guild and Lagrange. So, like, it's good. Mohole I can't buy and play this turn, but I was also kind of thinking about it. Noctis City is just a good city. Imported GHG is good. Let's commit to getting those science cards down, I think. Or Lichen. No, this is 4 energy production, right? Like, you gotta... So I'm gonna draw a card. Moss? So if I play Power Supply Consortium, I can't get the science tags I said I wanted to get, but I will be able to use Water Splitting Plant next turn. And I'm going to play Lichen because that means that we've covered our oxygen bases. Not like entirely by any means, but the fact that I'm now going to get an oxygen bump every round, as long as I don't dip into my energy reserves, really goes a long way. We have a plant tag. Wait for it. We have a second plant tag. I think it's worth grabbing this, and it's worth grabbing Viral Enhancers. We are not going to be able to afford Soletta. I said I wanted this, and I meant it. So now we are going to buy Oxygen. So Viral Enhancers, I find, is a better science tag to get us to the count we need, because it actually gives us something in return. We'll buy another card. And we got Trees. I was excited for Trees. And Trees is really good. We can play it at -8. And it could be our 3rd plant tag is what I really was excited about. But getting to -8 is a little bit of a longer road than I was hoping for. But we can still dig. The oxygen's going to go up. You know, maybe we'll get it at the same time as we hit. I don't know. So bear with me. Everybody look at these cards. Micro Mills. You buy it for $6. Okay. You get a heat production 8 times. So $6 for a heat bump that would cost you 14 at the end of the game. It's good savings. Trans-Neptune Probe. Really cheap science tag. Good. And it's a really cheap point if you play it after you get the -2 on space tags. So that's, you know, it's good. It's points. AI Central. Extremely powerful card. It takes up some energy, but it's good card, and the card draw is phenomenally powerful, especially when coupled with science. And then there's Windmills, which is just a really cheap point, basically, because by the time you have the oxygen, you don't really need the energy. So, like, I have a hard time not grabbing AI Central here. But the big debate I'm having in my head here is, you know, you grab AI Central, you can't play it for a couple of turns. You want to grab Micro Mills? Well, if you grab Micro Mills, does that mean you can still play the other cards? We don't have that much to play, though, I guess, so... Let's grab a card. Martian Rail's not that valuable to us. We're just in such a weird, funky place. I'm gonna start heading down that science track with the intention being that next turn I have 20 TR, 2 income, a little bit of steel. I think if I buy nothing, there's a chance I can get AI Central and Quantum Extractor. And that way I don't have to worry about dipping below 3 energy and not being able to take my power action. Generation 8. I still have a long way to go. Here's the thing though, bushes is almost like a need to grab. So what does that mean now? That means I can get Quantum Extractor, but to do it I have to buy a different tag. I don't like putting off the science, but, or rather the... Oh, I should have grabbed a card first, clearly. You all saw it, you all know it. Let's get a random card. Now I know I don't want Martian Rails, and the reason that's important is so that I can sell it. Oop, wrong, you. And then I will gain the opportunity to look at a card and choose whether or not to buy it. I will not pay $5 for a single point when playing solo. I honestly don't even do it when I play competitive play. I do not like Dust Seals as a card unless I draw it for free. So, to get our plant tags, we need to get to -14, so 2 heat bumps, which we're close, but not quite. And then we also need 1 more ocean. We can think on that. That means we could have our plants down by turn 10, which I think is what we need to plan on. Do I have a building card that I want to copy? 3 energy, right? I mean, the robotic workforce is just better than the nuclear power at this point. I'm highly debating the space mirror. Or not the space mirror, the space elevator. I think this is what we want. And then I can buy it with 2 steel. Which is important, because it leaves us with a steel. I don't think there's anything we can buy in our hand. It would have been nice to get up to the robotic workforce number, but... I mean, it's Generation 9, and we're... That's pretty good. It's Generation 9, and we're well on our way to terraforming this planet. And special design makes my life a little bit easier, too. So next turn, I should have 2 heat bumps. That puts us to -14, which is close enough for our bushes. And then I could special design and get moss. And then if I had enough money, I could buy nitrogen, but I don't think I can. And that's putting off AI Central. But we have 14 cards in hand, so card draw is not valuable to us at this time. AI Central was good to grab, but then we got the opportunity to grab so many good cards. Mars University is one that I'm also struggling with now, because we have a couple of science cards that I want to play. Like a lot of them, 4 of them. So if I'm thinking about playing AI Central for 21, should I really not be thinking about, or should I really be thinking about another one here. Mars University, which gives me card cycle, which is almost as good, but I'm low on cards that I'm willing to give up. I think the real question here is we have to talk about what is the opportunity cost. What can we do if I do not buy any cards? I can go over here. I can buy bushes for 10. I can spend 4 and 4 for a total of 18. And then I do not have close to $29. So because of this, I will take this. Now, is this stuff good? If you have at least one greenery, which we do not, you can get plants and animals. Animals when you play tags. It's good. It's actually a good thing for us. And playing it could get us the plants we need to get the greenery. Oh no, but you need the greenery first. This is a really high scoring card for us, potentially. But it puts off our... Like, buying the card is $3 and that's hard enough. But then playing 12? Like, I don't want to save up for $12. Like, I just can't do it. So then we're going to do our heat bumps. I want bushes this turn no matter what. Bushes will give me enough and then some for plants because I can enhance it with viral enhancers. Right now we're locked down here. 6 energy income is absurdly good though, right? I almost spent my steel, forgetting that I had a steel thing. Can I buy these 2 cards? 16? I can, and I can even grab a card to do it. Plantation's good for us. And Tardigrades isn't. Cool. Tardigrades is just a bad card. I'm sure a lot of people know that. So we play Mars University. That allows us to swap a card. I'm going to get rid of the special design. The wave power. I'm going to get rid of the wave power. Dev Center's good, but we wouldn't want to play Dev Center if we could afford to play AI Central. And we're not hurting for cards, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Satellites, it's fine. And let's start trekking our way up into where the plants are. So 3 plant income, which is about to become way more plant income. The biggest issue for us right now is oceans. We have 4 turns to rectify oceans as an issue. We're getting 4 oxygen from our thing, and then we're hopefully going to get more oxygen from playing that event. I really want the research outpost, to be honest. And I think we have to get the research outpost because we're going to buy enough things that the points on it is going to be out of this world. So the real question for me is, can I buy... I want to do research outpost first, but if I can get the nitrogen-rich asteroid this turn, I think I have to. So are we willing to spend $8 for special design and moss? Brings us to 24, but we have 2 titanium. We do not want satellites. This is what the value of our thing is. What do we get? Big asteroid. Hey. Big asteroid's good, and we will probably play it just after we play our nitrogen-rich asteroid, because that needs to be played this turn. Before I click this button, though, let's double-check 3 plant tags. Yes, daddy. So now let's decide. Do we want to buy a card? Kind of. How do we feel about winning this game, though? I don't feel that confident, actually, because we do not have oceans. We need to rectify our ocean deficiency really fast. And we know Noctis City's out of the game. Yeah, no oceans. We haven't played anything in a water tile, and it's round 12. Oh. I have points for Jovian in my hand, but I'm not willing to grab another one. Because we didn't get titanium production this game, so it's not really that valuable. I'm going to get the research outpost. I wanted it for a while now. Open City. I don't like Open City, but it could be helpful in getting to the other side of the board. I don't like pets enough to keep that either, but that can be a discussion next time we get to cycle a card. Our two other metrics are really good, though. Nobody's going to complain about our oxygen and heat on this planet. There's just not enough water. Sabotage is not worth paying for. Corporate Stronghold. Oh, we can play trees. The funny thing here is I'm leaning towards Corporate Stronghold, but trees is just so good. We have a 11 plant income now. We need oceans. We need oceans. And terraforming, or rather water from Europa, was never a valuable enough card for ocean pursuits. I mean, this is more card draw. We don't want advanced alloys. We don't make enough of them. Though I do like advanced alloys a lot. How do we get where we want to get? So we're not going to need Deimos down, it doesn't look like. We might not even have needed this, but I want to get over here. If we're going to get one, well, I could buy the Open City, which is worth a point, or I could get the Corporate Stronghold. There's a $10 difference for a 3-point difference. But I'm terrified right now, so I'm going to take the Corporate Stronghold and put it over here. I have a lot of titanium. So we could get water imports from Europa this turn. Again, it's not super efficient, but if we have a bunch of titanium that we can't otherwise use, then it's fine. Oh, I clicked it too quick. We need oceans, so at least this is using our money on the right critical path we need to win the game. It's just like, it feels too little too late. In fact, I should have grabbed those 2 titaniums. So we had way too much heat, just because we have so much energy. Oh yeah, I want this. So let's look at a card. Standard Tech is phenomenal. It can really help you out in this particular situation. That's an ocean. To the point where I'm going to sell some patents now. I can only sell 2. I mean, Plantation's just so good. Don't make me leave it. Deimos down. There we go. I was going to play the ocean card, but then I realized, let's look at this first. We don't need a Great Dam. It's 3 energy for a money. It's basically the equivalent of bumping that oxygen right now. So what are we willing to sell in this hand if we wanted to get Ice Cap Melting this turn? It doesn't give us that much this turn, so I'm going to hold on to it. Well, we need to grind these ocean adjacencies. Like, we need the money from it. This is just really bad. Come on, come on, nope. Come on, come on, nope. Come on, come on. No. Okay, forgive me. I'm going to play this for $1. Draw a card. Discard detonation. We got mining area. Oh my god. It's not good. You're watching a man slowly fade away on the inside here. Oh my god. Oh, I should have gone for the plants or the cards first. Well, we're going to need to buy at least one. IO, you can't be afforded. Livestock doesn't matter. Tell me we can save this. Somebody help. Help me. I promise I'll be good. So mining area, funny. You can play it and put it here and make money back on it because oceans. And then you end up with a steel you didn't have before. Don't know how to do this. You put an ocean here. We're getting lots of money from the scoop, but we put an ocean here. Then we play here and get money from the scoop. Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. I should have grabbed that card at the top, probably, to try and... The astute around the table here will see something that is just soul-crushing to me. We are one ocean short. We have one card in our hand. We have one greenery we can place for money. If we place the greenery here, we will have $4 more. If we sell a card, we have $5 total more. 15 is how much a ocean costs us after factoring in the rebate from Standard Technology. However, we don't have the $3 up front. We can spend our energy on an oxygen bomb, but we cannot win. So there's like maybe 2 cards in the deck that are an ocean that would be in our price range. So I'm going to place this greenery here. Though I've already seen 1 or 2 of them. And we did not get it. I will now sell the card so that I get up to $11, and we will play this for 2 points. Had I put the greenery here instead, we would have been able to get 2 greeneries, so it would have been an additional point. Basically, either way. How close can you be? Like, how razor thin are these margins? You know, had we saved $3 by not buying 2 of the cards that we ended up selling or something like that, like, ugh. I mean, it's disappointing to get down to 70. Like, had we had $3 more, we would have bought an ocean instead of our 2-point card that we ended up playing. But then we would have ended up getting our ocean down, which would have given us $2 for the other card or something. Like, we would have had about the same score, maybe actually $80 once I factor in the fact that we had a $5 point card in our hand. How miserable does that feel? Ah, I knew the oceans were a problem. What a game, though. Had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. What a nail biter. What a nail biter. I thought I could save it. I really thought I could save it. We were so close to saving it. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Cheers.